Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nyimas Hikmah and I'm from 5BB class. I will explain to you about how to write a hypothesis. Before we start to write a hypothesis, we must know what is hypothesis. Hypothesis is used to explain a phenomenon or predict relationship in communication research. There are 4 evaluation criteria that a hypothesis must meet. The first one, it must state an expected relationship between variables. Second, it must be testable and falsifiable. Researchers must be able to test whether a hypothesis is true or false. Next, it should be consistent with the existing body of knowledge. And the last one, it should be stated as simply and concisely as possible. Before we start to write a hypothesis, we must have a prepare to write a hypothesis. How to to write a hypothesis? The first step that you must do is select topic. Pick a topic that interests you and that you think it would be good to know more about. The next step is read existing research. Gather all the information you can about the topic you have selected. You will need to become an expert on the subject and develop a good grasp of what is already known about the topic. Focus on academic and scholarly writing. You can find information in textbook at the library or online. The next step is analyze the literature. Spend some time reading the materials you have collected. As you do so, look for and make note of unanswered questions in the literature. The next step is generate question. After studying the literature on your topic, generate one or more unanswered questions you would be interested in exploring further. Next is look for clues as to what the answer might be. Once you have generated your research question or questions, look in the literature to see if the existing findings and or theories about the topic provide any clues that would allow you to come with ideas about what the answers to your research question might be. After you have prepared all the preparation, you must formulating your hypothesis. The first one you must do is determine your variables. A generalizing hypothesis describes a pattern you think may exist between two variables, an independent variable and a dependent variable. If your experiments confirm the pattern, you may decide to suggest a reason that the pattern exists or a mechanism that generates the pattern. You can think of the independent variable as the one that is causing some kind of difference or effects to occur. The dependent variable is what is affected by the independent variable. Your hypothesis should only suggest one relationship. Next is generate a simple hypothesis. When you have spent some time thinking about your research question and variables, write down your initial idea about how the variables might be related as a simple declarative statement. Next is decide on the right direction. Hypothesis can either be directional or non-directional. A non-directional hypothesis simply says that one variable affects the other in some way, but does not say specifically in what way. Next, it gets specific. Once you have an initial idea on paper, it's time to start refining. Make your hypothesis as specific as you can. So it's clear exactly what ideas you will be testing and make your prediction specific and measurable so that they provide evidence of a relationship between the variables. Next is make sure it is testable. Your hypothesis must suggest a relationship between two variables or a reason that two variables are related that can feasibly be observed and measured in the real and observable world. The last one is write a research hypothesis. Often, hypotheses are stated in the form of if-then sentence. For example, if children are given caffeine, then their heart rates will increase. This statement is not a hypothesis. This kind of statement is a brief description of an experimental method followed by a prediction and is the most common way that hypotheses are misrepresented in science education. This is the summary that the explanation I have told about. You can click the pause button to read all of them. That's all from me. Wish it can be useful for our future. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.